Hey guys, what's going on? So today I have a collection update. So yeah, pretty big size. Got 2 records and about 14 or 15 CDs. Background, we listen to Gorgasms, Masticate to Dominate. You guys should all know this one if you're watching my channel. So anyways, a lot of the shit in this video, stuff I got for my birthday. A couple weeks ago I turned 19, so yeah. Not all, but a lot of the stuff is from my birthday, so yeah. So I guess we'll start with the records. They're both from the same band. Samhain. I have almost all their albums now, but first we got Unholy Passion EP. I got Initium, their debut album, a couple months ago. If you've been keeping up with my collection updates, and this is the release after that. That's often considered Samhain 2, Unholy Passion, because the album after this is called Samhain 3. Even though this isn't a full length, but anyways, got this at my local record store, Chaos Records. Really glad I was able to find this because it's a pretty difficult album to find. Really cool, iconic album cover. I know the original version is the background's yellow, but on this one it's more like a kind of brownish purple. Looks really nice. I know this is also the remaster, but yeah, classic album cover with this naked demon lady and picture of the band. Really cool. There's the back, of course. That skull will be reused for Danzig's actual band, or not actual band, but his like solo sort of band, Danzig. And then of course there's the lady's face. We got 5 songs on here: Unholy Passion, All Hell, which is a reimagining of the Misfits' All Hell Breaks Loose. Of course, Danzig's previous band, you should all know. Moribund, my favorite song on here, and one of my favorite Samhain songs is The Hungry End, and then I Am Misery. No insert, and it just came on black vinyl. Sounds very good. I know this is probably a bootleg because these albums have been officially repressed probably since they came out. There is an error on here. The track listings are on the wrong sides according with the labels, but it's fine. It's pretty easy to tell. It's just 2 songs on one side and 3 on the other. They're pretty nice. Sounds really good. And prior to buying, I bought this one as sort of a blind buy because I knew the album and I wanted to eventually have all of the Samhain stuff. The only thing I don't have is the Final Descent at this point. But I had never actually listened to this EP, and I was pleasantly surprised. This might even be my favorite release from them. This one's their most like extreme sounding, not in like a metal sort of way, but it's just really intense. Danzig's vocal performances are really eerie. He does a lot of really shouty sort of vocals, similar to on like the Misfits' Earth AD, but on here it's a lot more twisted sounding. The songs are a little slower, more angular, really cool shit. So Samhain with Unholy Passion, and like I said, both albums from the same band as far as records go. This is Samhain 3 with November Coming Fire, the album after Unholy Passion. This one was a birthday gift from my girlfriend for me, so if you're watching this, thank you. Awesome fucking album cover. I love this cover so much. This is often considered to be Samhain's like magnum opus. And for a reason, this is a great fucking album. There's some classics on here like Mother of Mercy, To Walk the Night. Every song here is great though. Human Pony Girl is another really good one. Halloween 2, really cool. Yeah, awesome cover. This is the last like real full length Samhain would put out. After this, there's Final Descent, but that's sort of like a compilation of unused songs that they made after this album. No inserts came on a really nice like purple kind of vinyl. There's a little bit of a swirl, but the camera doesn't pick it up that well. It sounds really good though. This is an amazing album. This one's not quite as like intense as Unholy Passion is, but the songs on here are just really catchy. A lot of people like to compare this album to like The Cure, mixed with like the like aggression of like the Misfits or earlier Samhain, which I could definitely see because it does have that like gothy kind of undertone to it, which all of Samhain's stuff does, but this one especially. Yeah, amazing album though. Really happy I own this one. I know it's really fucking hard to get too, even bootlegs. So yeah, Samhain 3, November Coming Fire, classic album. Really happy to finally own this. So now on to the CDs. This first one was actually given to me. It was sent to me by one of my subscribers. So if you're watching this, thank you, man. This is Jungle Rot with Skin the Living. If you don't know Jungle Rot, which you probably should, because they're a pretty big band, but like meat and potato style, sort of groovy, traditional death metal, kind of akin to like Obituary. Pretty cool stuff. I think this is their first album. It's pretty short, but It's really good though. Really chuggy sort of riffs. just really old school death metal. You know, I know this didn't come out in like the very early 90s. I think this might have come out around the mid 90s, but it's like that old school sort of style. If you like Obituary, or I know Skinless is more of a brutal death metal sort of band, but if you like Skinless, you might like this a little bit because it's that sort of mid-paced, chuggy sort of death metal. But yeah, really good stuff. Jungle Rot, Skin the Living. Next up, this is a really cool one. We got Deaden with Hymns of the Sick. Classic fucking album. First full length by Deaden. I know a lot of people prefer their demo, but honestly I think this is as good as the demo. If you don't know, Deaden, brutal death metal band from Illinois, I believe. Their frontman Vaughn, he's in Lividity now, which he's strangely more known for, even though this band was around long before Lividity. Or not before Lividity, he was in this band long before Lividity. But anyways, really weird, gross sort of cover. There's the back. This was put out through United Guttural. Here's the disc. I can't show the tray. Yeah, I could like censor it, but it's basically a woman on a bed, and she's like impaled on like a broom, like a broomstick. It's really fucking gnarly. Yeah, it's one of the like most disgusting trays on any CD I own. It's really fucking cool though. It really fits the imagery of the music very well. Of course, I know true crime, gore sort of stuff is not for everybody, but for this really extreme style of death metal, like it really fits the sound. If it bothers you, don't listen to it. Here's the booklet. Got some like gore photos in the background. Just picture of the band. That picture of Vaughn is really funny. But really good stuff. Sort of more mid-paced brutal death metal. Really eerie shit. I'd say this album, it kind of peaks in the first song, Ejaculation to a Rotting Orifice, but the rest of the album is still very good. But that first song is really where it's at. If you want to know what Deaden's all about, that is a song you should listen to. But some other really good ones on here are Butchered Whore, Land of Larvae, Stretched, and John's List. Really good album though. I'm gonna try to get through these a little quicker. This next CD I got for free. It came with the Deaden CD. The Discog seller just sent it with it. This is Vomiting Corpses with Coma, The Spheres of Innocence. It's just some like traditional sort of death metal. I thought it was pretty okay. It has a really funny tray. that artwork is fucking like horrendous to look at. It's so funny. But it's some okay sort of death metal. I don't know if I'd listen to it again. I listened to this once and I didn't think that much of it. It's good, but it's not amazing. I don't know. But I know this is like a compilation of other releases this band has had. Yeah, it's a fairly obscure band too, but I don't know. I don't know if I could recommend it, but it's not bad at all. But yeah, Vomiting Corpses, Coma, The Spheres of Innocence. Alright. Next up, this next two I actually got at Dark Realm Records. If you don't know, it's a pretty well-known metal record store in LA County. Me and my boys in Petrie Tomb, I did vocals for them at a show a couple weeks ago. We went to Dark Realm Records that day, and I picked up these next two albums. This first one is an album from a slam band that I've been meaning to get shit from for quite a while. This is Cranium with 10 Sickening Acts of Perversity. If you don't know Cranium, they're like one of the most popular slamming brutal death metal bands. And this is a recent reissue of some redone art of their debut album. And it's classic though. I mean, if you've never listened to this, I highly recommend the song Midget Fucker. That's a slam classic. Just really stupid, fun shit to listen to. I like the original CG art more, honestly, but this new art isn't that bad though. Yeah, there's the disc. I'm really glad I've been meaning to buy stuff from this band for quite a while, but for whatever reason I haven't yet. I know an original of this is pretty hard to come by, but in Ruins of Martin Funderud, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, but he died a few years ago, so rest in peace. Great fucking vocalist. So yeah, Cranium with 10 Sickening Acts of Perversity. And at Dark Realm they have this like point system where the more stuff you buy, you get points, and then with those points eventually you can get free stuff, and I had enough points for a free CD. Got this as a blind buy. I'd heard of this band and I know what label they're on, and judging off the label I imagined it was going to be good, and it ended up really living up to it. This is Abnormal Inhumane with Consuming the Infinity. This album cover's pretty misleading. It looks like it'd be some like really generic like modern like slamcore or something, but it's not. This is like, if you know New Standard Elite, who this was put out by, you know what you're in for. It's really like not raw, but nasty sounding, blasty, technical, brutal death metal. You know, a lot of blast beats. This band, their style isn't quite as like disgusting. It's a little more technical. Think like mid-career Deeds of Flesh, like Reduced to Ashes, Crown of Souls, but with a more like Disgorge, Gorgasm, sort of straightforward, blasty sort of thing going on. But there's some great songs on here. Glad I bought this album though. Really cool. I would recommend this if you're into that sort of thing. If you're like technical, brutal death metal, definitely give this a listen. Yeah, there's one song on here. I think it's Galactic Conquest. These guys have sort of sci-fi sort of thing going on. It's either Dimensional Deformity or Galactic Conquest. It's a really good song. But yeah, Abnormal Inhumane, Consuming the Infinity. Good shit. Alright, these next two, or actually I think all the rest of these I got for my birthday. These next two were from my parents. So if you're watching this, thank you. This first one is Devangelic with, I keep forgetting these fucking album titles. Resurrection Denied. If you don't know Devangelic, I know their other stuff they've evolved their sound more, but this is their debut album, and this is like a Disgorge, like Consume the Forsaken, Chile Gutted sort of worship album. It's really similar to those, like almost to the point of like not plagiarism, but stylistically it's pretty much kind of the same, except the vocals aren't quite as crazy. The vocalist of this band is actually Trinity as well, so that's really cool. But yeah, Italian band, really good shit. If you like Disgorge, you'll definitely like these guys. I'm not huge on worship sort of bands, but these guys do the style very well. So yeah, pretty cool anti-religious sort of album cover. These guys have those anti-religious, Consider the Forsaken era, Disgorge type of lyrics. There's the disc. I think these guys might be on... Fuck, I want to say they're on Unique Leader now, but I'm not 100% sure. It's either them or Willowtip. But this is a really good album though, like I said. I don't have much else to say about it. But if you like Disgorge, if you like Evangelic, just picture the band. Technical, brutal death metal. Really fucking heavy. Very good production as well, really punchy. Love the snare on this. It also pretty groovy as well, like Disgorge. But yeah, Evangelic, Resurrection Denied. Other CD they got me. Really glad I got this one. I've been meaning to pick this one up for a while. In Veracity, The Extermination of Millions. I've owned Circle Perversion for a while, but this is their other full length, and this one's really good. I don't think it's as good as Circle Perversion, but it's kind of a different sort of album. They're both technical, brutal death metal, but this one, the songs sound a little different from track to track, whereas Circle Perversion is more of just like half an hour of just straight fucking brutality. This album's just a tad more dynamic, but it's still technical, brutal death metal. Not huge on this album cover, to be honest, but it is what it is. This album is really good. Of course, this came out on Unique Leader in, I want to say, like 2007. No In Between. The release of the first album and this album, the band members were drafted into the military, and I guess they made this when they came back. That's probably why it sounds so different, because there's such a big gap. But yeah, really good shit. There's some really great songs on here, like Forced Prostitution, Exposing the Semi-Humans, Raped, Era of Submission. Really good shit. If you don't know In Veracity, go listen to their first album, Circle Perversion. But this one is also worth listening to. So yeah, In Veracity, Extermination of Millions. This next one, I can't show that much of the CD besides the cover and maybe the disc. This one was also a gift to me from my girlfriend for my birthday. So again, for watching this, thank you so much. This is Lividity with The Age of Clitoral Decay. This is the only early Lividity album that I didn't own prior to this, so I'm really glad I have this. This is probably my favorite from them. It's kind of a toss-up between this or Fetch for the Sick, but I like this one a little more because the production's a little better. Not that huge on this album cover. It's an okay cover. It kind of reminds me a little bit of like John Zig sort of art, but it has like an H.R. Geiger sort of thing going on too. I don't know, but it's an okay cover. I really like that logo though, with the regular Lividity logo in the background and then that font that says Lividity over it. I think that looks really cool. And forgot to show the spine on the other two, but here's a picture of the band. So they look kind of funny there. Okay, I'll show the disc really quick, but I can't show the tray. What else is video taken down? There's the disc. There's like a black and white picture on the disc, but you can't tell what it is really. I can't show the tray because it has like actual nudity. It's just a picture. It's like a close up of like just like people having sex. But I can flip through the booklet really quick. There's a lot of stuff in the background though. But really good shit though. Meat and Potatoes brutal death metal out of Illinois. If you like brutal death metal, you should know Lividity, of course. Really goofy sort of band lyrically. They're very like sexual. A lot of people call them porno brand, but they're definitely not. But there's some great songs on here like Sodomy Ritual, Oozing Vaginal Discharge, Urge to Splurge, Chamber of Bone. It's probably my favorite on here. Dismembering Her Lifeless Corpse. Good stuff. Not for the faint of heart. It is really like offensive, but it's just really fun, stupid brutal death metal. So yeah, Lividity, Age of Pleural Decay. Sorry if I'm rushing through a lot of these. I don't want this video to be too long. We've got about like 6 left. This next one was a birthday gift from my friend Sam, who also plays bass in Flesh Mangled. And I've been meaning to get this album for a while, so I'm happy I got this one. So if you're watching this, thanks, man. This is Macabre with Sinister Slaughter. So first thing I have to explain if you don't know this album is this album covers a parody of the Beatles' Sgt. Pepper. But this whole band, Macabre, this band's theme is like serial killers and like true crime. So it's basically a parody of Sgt. Pepper, but they replaced everybody with like serial killers and like just infamous sort of people throughout history. So that's really cool. It's a really fun album cover to look at. There's a lot of neat little details on the CD. Really strange picture of the band. This is a really weird band in general. There's the track listing. And something that's kind of cool is each song's about, you know, a different serial killer, and under the title they wrote the name of the serial killer. Like the first, it won't focus, but the first song, for example, Night Stalker, then it says Richard Ramirez, for example. So like it tells you what person each song is about. So that's cool. But if you don't know Macabre, they're like a death grind sort of band. I guess that's way you could explain it. But no one sounds like these guys. Not for everybody. They can get a little goofy sounding. They're a little kooky sounding. I don't know how to explain it, but they have some really silly sounding vocals, but they're really fun. A lot of their riffs almost sound like nursery rhymes in a way. It's really strange, but it's really fun music to listen to, and I fucking love the way the kicks sound on the album. They're like really clicky but really punchy. But yeah, I can't think of anything to compare this to for like a standpoint on if you've never listened to this. But if you like really fun sort of death metal, that's kind of goofy, but not in like a stupid sort of way. Like Macabre is like, it's like goofy in like an edgy sort of way. I don't really know how else to explain it. But imagine like death metal nursery rhymes about fucking serial killers. That's basically what it is. But it's a really fun album though. Not for everybody. But it's really fucking good. So yeah, Macabre with Sinister Slaughter. Great fucking album. They have another album called Dahmer that's like all about Jeffrey Dahmer. It's a really good one too, but this one's my personal favorite. And a really cool album cover as well. Really underrated shit in my opinion. So yeah, Macabre with Sinister Slaughter. These next 3 CDs I got from Amoeba Records. Went there on my birthday with all my friends. So this first one is Danzig 4. I have Danzig 1, 2, and 3 on vinyl, which I've gotten over the past couple months. And this one is like stupid hard to find on vinyl. It's like up to hundreds of dollars on fucking eBay, and I haven't seen this in any stores or anything or anywhere else. So I just got it on CD, and which I don't mind. This isn't my favorite album from Danzig. This is like the last great thing he put out. But I don't know if I'd say it's great, but this album's good. There's some songs on here that are fucking some of his best songs ever, like Going Down to Die or Brand New God. And there's some songs on here that I just think are kind of okay, like Little Whip, Until You Call in the Dark, Bringer of Death. There's some kind of fillery songs on here. This is the last album he made before he went like industrial. There's touches of that on here though, and songs like Can't Speak and Until You Call in the Dark. But overall, it's still a solid album. I think this came out in like 1994. But yeah, it's a good album though. Going Down to Die is like the best song on here though. That's kind of that and Brand New God are like the 2 songs I really bought this album for. But yeah, great album though still. Danzig 4. Classic. And the last great thing from Danzig, and that's the only thing I need from his solo band really left to have everything worth listening to. Now this next one is something I've been meaning to get stuff from this band for a while. I have their first album. I have Onward to Golgotha, but at Amoeba I found Mortal Throne of Nazarene, and I think this is an OG press, so that's really cool. But yeah, classic album. This is Incantation's sophomore album. You guys should know Incantation, you know, kind of progenitors of Death Doom. Really cool disc. This album, my favorite is the debut. Fucking I want to go with that, but this one I like almost as much, if not as much. It's a little more raw. Really fucking scary sounding shit. And yeah, I've been needing to get more stuff from Incantation for quite a while, though. So I'm glad I got this. The booklet unfolds to this long piece of artwork, really cool looking. You've got all the lyrics. I also really like the cover. That cover is really fucking creepy looking. But yeah, good shit. Sorry the Gorgasm CD is done. Try to get through the rest of these, but yeah. Incantation, Mortal Throne, and Nazarene. Next up, we got Nile, Black Seeds of Vengeance. This is another band I need to get more stuff from for a while. I have the album after this, In Their Darkened Shrines. I've had that on vinyl for years. That's like one of the first death metal albums I ever bought when I was younger. And Nile's a fucking great sort of brutal death metal band. A lot of people lump them in with tech death, but I'd say they fit in more with brutal death metal because they're not super flashy. Well, they are flashy, but they're not like super like shreddy compared to bands like Necrophagist or like Obscura, Brain Drill, stuff like that. Nile is a lot more blast beat focused, similar to bands like Disgorge or Gorgasm, but they're not quite as like gore focused, of course. Lyrically, I think that's probably what people lump them in more with tech death. But Nile's an awesome band, just super fucking fast and heavy and technical. Just good shit. Anyone who's into death metal really can appreciate Nile. But yeah, this is their sophomore album. I also need to get Annihilation of the Wicked and then their debut album. But yeah, good stuff. Alright, second to last, we've got Disavowed with Stagnated Existence. I always forget this album title for whatever reason. People only talk about their first album, Perceptive Deception, but this one's almost as good, honestly. This one came out a little later, I think probably 2005, but really awesome album. Disavowed, blasturbation sort of brutal death metal band from the Netherlands. Came out in the early 2000s. The production on this reminds me a lot of Deeds of Flesh's Crown of Souls. So if you like that album, you'll probably like this. Stylistically, it's also pretty similar. But yeah, Biased Existence, just that first song on here, like if you've never heard Disavowed, or you've heard the first album but you haven't heard this one, go listen to that song. It's fucking great. Alright, now last but not least, we have Putridity with Mental Prolapse Induced Necrophilism. Amazing. One of the fucking most brutal, fucking heaviest bands ever, honestly. And now I own all their stuff. This is the only album I didn't own from them out of all their 3 full lengths. This is their debut. This is the remaster with the redone art. The original was done by John Zig, but I actually like this one more, honestly, even though John Zig is one of my favorite artists for album covers. But Putridity, if you don't know them, if you like blast beats, you'll like Putridity, and if you like guttural vocals, you'll like Putridity. That's kind of all I need to say. I know that sounds so meat and potatoes because fucking almost every death metal band has blast beats and gutturals, but if you like, imagine just a super extreme version of like Disgorge, or if you've heard the band Enmity, you should know what this kind of sounds like. But yeah, Putridity is just absolutely absurd. Fucking, again, some of the most extreme music ever created. I'll definitely be reviewing this, but this is the remaster, which I actually think sounds better than the original. Just a picture of the band. And this also came with their demo as bonus tracks, which I'm actually happy about. I don't normally like bonus tracks, but their demo is super fucking sick and some of their best material. But yeah, I'll do a review for this as well as their third album, Ignominious Atonement, which I already own. I've reviewed their second album, the one in between this and the third. But yeah, Putridity with Mental Prolapse Induced Necrophilism. Sorry if I didn't talk too much about all these, but I was trying to keep this video under half an hour. But yeah, so that's it for this collection update though. Hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.